All right, so today I decided to deadlift. You guys haven't seen any deadlifting from me for about 3 months. Tomorrow will be 3 months. And I haven't done any deadlifting secretly on the side either. So it's been 3 months since I've done a conventional pull off the floor. And it's been about a month since I've done any sort of RDL work. And then it's been about 2 months since I've done good mornings. So 3 months ago, last conventional. 2 months ago, last good morning. A month ago, last RDL session. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why did you do that? Well, a number of reasons. I wanted to focus on the squat. I really wanted to break the 200 mark, which I've done. And it's a whole lot easier, I felt at the time, to get to my 200 kilo squat if I just focused all of my energy on the squat and I didn't have to worry about conflicting recovery points with the deadlift. All of my recovery points when it comes to my, I guess, system went all into the squat. And I got the 200 kilo squat, which is good. Why did I decide to throw deadlifting back in? Well, I miss it. Number one, I really miss deadlifting. There was a period of my life where I didn't squat. I only deadlifted. And then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. My true love in weight training is the squat. I love it. I love not just the strength requirement, but I love how it involves mobility, positioning, flexibility, all those things I guess rolled into mobility. And technique. I really love the mix of all of that. With the deadlift, there's no doubt you need technique, there's no doubt you need some sort of mobility, but for most people can do a deadlift and a lot of people can't do a proper squat. And I was one of those boys. Coming from basketball, my ankles were short, I had really poor hip mobility, so it took me a hell of a long time to get to what you guys see now, a paused 180 kilo squat. So anyway, today I decided to do the deadlift. I started off with the squat. I didn't really know what I was going to do with the squat. Obviously, I can't do an AMRAP leading up to a deadlift. So this has been my headache for quite some time about how to combine squatting frequency, squatting every day, and then what sort of deadlift frequency am I going to have, and so what sort of deadlift volume. I have played with it in the past, and I found that deadlifting really took a hell of a lot out of me, and the following several days my squatting went to shit basically. I've since realized that the importance of my hamstrings in the squat is actually paramount to balance out the hip positioning. I'm talking in reference to anterior pelvic tilt, which is what I have. A lot of you guys have posterior pelvic tilt as well, but I definitely have anterior pelvic tilt. If you guys don't know what that is that if you look at somebody from the side angle and they're standing looking, you know, to the side of you, I guess, their hip kind of tilts forward. If you imagine their pelvis as a cup of water, they're spilling the water forwards. This is what I have. Why do I have that? I don't know. Probably a combination of all things. But for the longest time, I've been trying to reverse that. Anyway, hamstrings become very, very important in restoring pelvis tilt because they pull on the back of the pelvis and they basically pull it into alignment. So it's kind of like a tug of war between the front of the femur musculature, quads, and the back of the femur musculature, which is kind of the hamstring glute complex. I had strong glutes. I've always felt that way. But I've always had really poor hamstrings. So I'll play with different ideas, and I've done sort of good mornings, I've done RDLs, and they're really, really good, but they're also kind of heavy on the spine. Not so heavy on the spine as the conventional pull, like as today I did conventional pulling of the floor, and I really feel the lower back working. That's not sustainable if you're squatting every day to some sort of like a heavy rep or, you know, heavy reps. So anyway, that's kind of been my thing. How do you attack the hamstrings? As of recently, I've been doing isolation exercise for the hamstring, the ham curl machine, which I have. It's kind of like a bench press thing. It's an old bench press thing. You guys have seen it. I'll show you, but here you go. It's that thing, right? Can you see it? It's just basically one of those, what is it, Force USA incline bench, flat bench things you can kind of adjust. And then I just added, this is years ago, and then I just added the kind of leg curl, leg extension attachment, and I've had it for the longest time, but I never really used it. I used it initially like 4 or 5 years ago. But anyways, come back to my routine recently because I just really want to hit the hamstring and I don't want to hit the glute and the spine again because I feel the squat does that to a good extent. Anyway, you guys have heard me talk about this dilemma of mine for quite some time. So today, you guys already saw, I hit 180 for a pause. And now you will see what I did with the deadlift. So I basically started off, I'm going to show all the videos here, but I started off with the 60 kilos. I tried going hook grip from the get-go. The hook grip I know is going to be a conditioning thing. My skin has already kind of started to threaten peeling. So I know the hook grip is my preferred way. Why? Because I don't like having one arm in a different direction to the other arm, like this, i.e. over-under, because the scapulas then follow that twist. And a thing called helicoptering happens, if you guys don't know. Because your hands are this way, your shoulders also kind of rotate a different way, and under load, your spine tends to kind of like rotate as well, following the open hand, or the supinated hand. I'm not sure, but anyway, that happens. Also, people that have this grip going, there's a bunch of people that have had tears of the biceps in the underarm. I don't think that's going to happen to me because I don't know, one, I'm not pulling heavy weight, and number two, I don't know whether you guys feel this way, but I feel like a lot of the guys that tear their biceps are on the gear. I don't have anyone in my life that uses steroids, and I don't have anyone in my life that's had a tear of the bicep. Steroids, if you guys don't know, I don't know if this is correct, correct me if I'm wrong, steroids improve your muscle size very quickly. But they also cannot increase the tendon strength to the same rate. So what happens when you're on gear, your muscle gets really strong, but the tendons can't keep up with that incline or the increase in strength and size. And so what happens is you have these bulgy muscle bellies, really strong muscles, but the tendons haven't had the time to catch up to the muscle, and so then you tear a tendon, a bicep tendon. That's my experience that I've seen online. A lot of these guys that are popping biceps are very, very big dudes, and most likely they are on gear. I'm thinking a whole bunch of... Anyway, it's probably technique as well. Like, you know, these guys are flexing their bicep as they're pulling 300 kilos off the floor. Anyway, I'm not at the risk of tearing biceps. I just like the symmetry of my spine when I have double overhand. You can't have double overhand without a hook grip because the bar rolls. So anyway, started with the hook grip. I did 60, I did 100, 150, 170, 200, and then I pulled 210. The 210 moved quite slow, but I felt quite happy in my alignment. I felt like I was solid, and I was true to my form. There wasn't any backgrounding as such. So moving forward, what am I gonna do with the deadlift? I have a want to do more deadlifting. How is that going to impact my squatting? I'm not sure. Probably negatively, hopefully not. I'm going to try and deadlift twice a week, and it's going to look kind of like that. No back off work for the moment. I'm just going to work up to a kind of comfortable max. I have to think about that a little more though. Not sure how I'm going to approach it. I was going to gauge what I'm going to do in the future on what happened today. Today I hit 210. Now my max of all time is 220. That was probably a year and a half ago, probably, if not longer. Well, I've been squatting every day now for 9 months. So so it's been quite a while since I've last given the deadlift, you know, the attention that it deserves. But anyways, let's see how it goes. So I'm going to continue doing the ham curl machine, try and bring up the lagging parts that the squat doesn't hit, and then see what happens. Pulling 210 after not pulling conventional for 3 months is a good sign. I'm probably stronger than I was. So I guess we could have the conversation, can you get better at deadlifting without actually deadlifting? I think you might. I think you can, more so than the squat. If you're not squatting, you're not going to get better at squatting. Simple as that. The squat is a very, very taxing lift, very technical lift, requires a lot of mobility. So if you're doing reverse to what I'm doing, say you're doing deadlifting every day to some sort of extent where you, I don't know, why would you do that? But you work out to, say, 70% of your 1 rep max and you pull that for every single day. I don't think the carryover is going to be as good to the squat in terms of your strength. Whereas with my squatting, you can see I'm only 10 kilos off my all-time best deadlift. So there seems to be some carryover there. I have gotten stronger in the squat, and it looks like I've gotten stronger in the deadlift as well. I'm pretty sure that if I focused in the next, I don't know, week or 2 or 3, I could probably get 230 kilos. My first day since 3 months ago, my last deadlift session, and I pulled 210. So I'm very, very happy with that. It's just, I have to think now. I have to give it some thought on how I'm going to approach the training. Some of you guys have suggested just do it once a week and do it like suboptimally, kind of like, as in like, don't push it to the same extent. Just kind of, you know, do like 80% of your 1 rep max a couple of times a week. I don't know. I'll go by gut feel. Right now my body feels good, and if I start feeling I'm getting burnt out, I guess I'll readjust. But for now I'm going to try and hit this 2 times a week and see how it goes. I don't know if you guys are, I know some of you guys are squatting every day now. Tell me what you guys are doing with the deadlifting. How often are you guys deadlifting? Because I know for a fact that if you guys stop deadlifting for a period, your squat will go up without a doubt, because the deadlift is a beast. I know also some of you guys don't have trouble, the same trouble that I have with recovery when it comes to deadlift. For me, the deadlift, for whatever reason, maybe it's just the way I'm made, my leverages, but every time I do deadlifting, RDL work, good mornings, I just get wasted, man. Like the central nervous system really feels it. So we'll see how I recover tonight. Tomorrow I'll come back and I'll hit some sort of squat session again. And I'll see how I go. But I'm happy. I'm happy you guys are going to see a bit more deadlifting from me. Anyway, I'll leave you there, guys. So 210 kilo deadlift, 180 kilo squat with a pause. A lighter day today. We'll see how we recover. Catch you later, guys. See ya.